Welcome, everybody. And thank you for, what was that number? Thank you. My name's David Haddad, and I am chair of the Pennsylvania industry. I'm honored to be here with my fellow film crew and workers to talk about raising the film incentive program from 100 to 300 million. There are 41 states and cities in the United States who have a film incentive program. There are over 95 worldwide programs who we are competing against. We are no longer competitive, and that is the bottom line. So we're here today calling on the governor and the assembly, the General Assembly, to ask for $300 million. Earlier today and later today, we'll be delivering letters to the governor, to the Senate, and the House, asking for our $300 million. We are extremely fortunate to have many strong labor partners with us today, and I'm delighted to introduce to you the president of the Theatrical Stage and Employees Local 489, which is IATSE, and I always have a problem saying that, to speak on behalf of her union brothers and sister. Let's give it up. What's the number?
300
One more time.
300 Oh my, a little shorter than David. Welcome today. I want to thank you, David Haddad, for all the support you've given us and for being here today. I am proud to stand here today with my Teamster brothers and sisters. I am proud to stand here with my SAG-AFTRA kin, and I'm very proud to be here representing my own 489 brothers and sisters, these 600 members just in the Pittsburgh area alone, and the 700 people that we have waiting right now for jobs that you can give us with $300 million. We can double the size of our union in 1 year. We all know that Pennsylvania is a strong union state, and that's definitely true for the film industry. My own hometown of Pittsburgh was built on union work, and my union kin here are no different. We make the movies here, and the countless commercials, they would not be possible without the skilled union labor that is behind the scenes of the film industry here in Pennsylvania. These are hometown people. They are people that pay taxes, that have homes, that live here in Pennsylvania and want to stay here in their hometown. Whether it's a member of Teamsters, SAG-AFTRA, IATSE, or union members have been able to rely on the film industry to build their careers. Our knowledge and skills are rewarded with good family-sustaining jobs, benefits, and a future. We can send our children to school and we can save for our retirement, which is a lot. The stability is now in jeopardy. We can have all this. There are movies waiting right now to come into town. They're just waiting for somebody to push the button and say, yes, let's commit to this. And we need the Commonwealth to commit to the film industry here in Pennsylvania that is just standing here waiting for work. We are waiting for you to support us. An increase in the Pennsylvania film tax credit to $300 million would ensure that our crews continue to grow and thrive here in the Commonwealth and give back to the many communities on Main Street, Pennsylvania. We give money to offices, to businesses and lumber yards and paint and food, and we can be here to support this if you just commit to supporting us. I would like to now introduce Cami Harris, the CEO and Executive Director of the Reading Film Office, to talk to you about the film tax credit and what it means in her region of Reading. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Mamie. I'm Cami Harris. I'm the Executive Director for the Reading Film Office. When people think of Pennsylvania films, they often point to films made in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. But the film industry is so much more than that. I stand here today representing Reading, Berks County, the fourth largest city in Pennsylvania, with representatives not only from film offices in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, but also film offices of the city, Central Pennsylvania, Erie, Northwest Pennsylvania, the Poconos, and Wilkes-Barre Metro. Daily, we are working independently and collectively to promote the state as a location destination for film and media productions. By working with storytellers, we lift the voices of the underrepresented and meet the needs of the diverse community we serve. Our respective offices recognize the economic growth that can come from our own communities with the increase in film productions. We have heard quite clearly from the governor and other leaders that we are losing to our neighboring states and that we must work together to stay relevant. Quite frankly, the competition has never been greater. We are competing domestically with other large cities and states which have their own incentive programs, many of which exceed the $100 million tax credit currently offered in Pennsylvania. We even are competing internationally with other countries now, as jurisdictions all over the world are committing even more resources to the growth of the film industry. Increasing the film tax credit to $300 million keeps us on a level playing field with some of those jurisdictions and ensures that Pennsylvania remains competitive. While film offices are the big stakeholders and play a vital role in supporting the industry, so do many vendors and businesses. That includes businesses like CineLease Studios and CineLease Lighting and Grip Rentals. Join me in welcoming Paul Haller, Studio Manager of CineLease Studios Pittsburgh. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Cami. I'm Paul Haller, and I stand before you not just as a representative of CineLease and CineLease Studios, but as a proud Western Pennsylvania resident who has experienced firsthand the transformative power of the film industry in our state. The film industry in Pennsylvania, while rich with talent and resources, is currently wrestling with adversity. Businesses like CineLease, which provide essential services to productions, face significant challenges. Our facilities and expertise, though ready and capable, lie underutilized, burdened by fixed costs that do not fade away when the lights go out and the cameras stop rolling. We gather here to champion a pivotal and crucial initiative, the proposed $300 million film tax credit. The tax credit is a direct investment in our economic resilience and competitiveness, attracting more productions to the state. It would not only benefit local service providers like CineLease, but also stimulate local economies from urban centers to rural communities. Every dollar spent on this credit multiplies in value, circulating through various sectors of hospitality, transportation, food service, retail, and enriching our entire communities. Keep in mind that a single production can infuse $90 million, one production, $90 million into the local economy and create thousands of jobs. And since its inception, the Film Tax Credit Program has attracted hundreds of productions to the state, all of them taking advantage of the varying landscapes and cityscapes, our skilled local workers, our stages, and resources. Pennsylvania has built an entire industry around filmmaking that no longer requires productions to bring in the equipment from Hollywood. Much of what is needed is available right here, from equipment to vendors to on-screen talent. In conclusion, the proposed increase in film tax credits represents more than just economic policy. It embodies a commitment to harnessing Pennsylvania's potential and cementing our place as a leader in the film industry nationally. We call upon the legislator to make a decisive move toward securing a prosperous future for Pennsylvania by supporting the vital tax credit. No one knows more the intricate details of production like our local film offices, and it's my pleasure to introduce Sharon Pinkinson, the Executive Director of the Greater Philadelphia Film Office.
This is why we're here, everybody. There's why we're here. Okay, pumped up. Thank you, Paul, for your participation. So since 1985, the Greater Philadelphia Film Office has worked to promote southeastern Pennsylvania counties to the film industry, including Bucks, Chester, Delaware, Montgomery, and Philadelphia, always in alphabetical order. We have seen significant growth in the industry with the production of film tax credit, but we can't be complacent. While you've heard from our great unions and vendors, we also know that the PA Film Tax Credit Program provides indirect economic impact as well. For example, supplies are purchased from local hardware stores. Mom and pop restaurants are contracted for commissaries. Antique stores, art supply shops, and other small businesses throughout the state see a financial benefit when a production is in their community. Pennsylvania's own data proves the substantial amount of hotel room nights that generates. From 2015 to 2020, the industry was responsible for over 84,000 room nights and approximately $8.2 million in spending for hotels and accommodations. And films generate tourism. We still see who come to Philadelphia to make the Rocky Steps run part of their visit. And the small diner where Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence sat in the Silver Linings Playbook continues to have visitors that want to sit in the very same booth. The film tax credit brings revenue into the state. It's a win-win for those involved, allowing thousands who call Pennsylvania home to make their living in this industry. Increase the film tax credit to $300 million so that the industry can continue supporting these many businesses that thrive when productions are in their community. Now it is my counterpart, my honor, to introduce Dawn Keyser, who often sees visitors looking for the room where Hannibal Lecter was held, or the children's home, or Bane's jail from Batman. And so it is my pleasure to introduce my partner, my friend, Dawn Keyser, Executive Director.
You don't gotta read all that.
It's your turn.
You're good.
Okay. Woo!
This is kind of fun. Thank you all so much for being here. And I need to do a special shout out to Teamsters Local 776, who... If you haven't had a chance to see it yet, they brought one of the trucks, the semi-truck, what's it called?
Tractor trailer.
Tractor trailer. I could get it right. But with the Teamster logo, because the Teamsters are a big part of what we do. They're circling the Capitol, and it's an amazing thing to see. So thank you, Teamster Local 776. The Pittsburgh Film, all right, we'll cheer for them. The Pittsburgh Film Office was created nearly 35 years ago to respond to an increase in film production in southwestern Pennsylvania. It's brought in hundreds of millions of dollars, employing thousands of people in this industry. In addition to the many films that Pittsburgh has hosted, dozens of famous actors, directors, and film professionals are from our region too. Often, we find that they're our biggest supporters. They're our champions, but they also like to point out opportunities and our challenges. As our industry continues to grow and mature, we're working to ensure to continue to have trained people ready to go to work in this business. We're working to help younger, diverse, prime-aged individuals learn the pathways into these family-sustaining union jobs. We'll cheer for that too. In order for film productions to continue to come here and work in Pennsylvania, we must have the infrastructure and the skilled labor to support modern filmmaking, as well as a successful film tax credit at $300 million. Our part of the deal is an investment in workforce training. Create PA, which is Pittsburgh Film and Theater Works, attracts, develops, and retains crew to work in the film and theater industries. We're doing our part to support the local film industry by supporting rising professionals and engaging youth in training that allows them to achieve their career goals at home in Pennsylvania. It's all interdependent, and the Pennsylvania Film Tax Credit Program is a vital part of that. With a $300 million film tax credit, the state is investing in this industry, as well as our workforce and our youth. With work here, young people will stay. They'll learn and prosper as part of this vital economic circle, filling a well-defined need in our state workforce. Now is the time to act and build on this momentum. We have been extremely fortunate to have so many advocates in the General Assembly over the years, and we're very grateful to all of their support. I'm thrilled to be able to welcome we're going to switch that. We're going to be able to welcome Senator Camera Bartolotta.
See, I take my cues very well, don't I? I'm State Senator Camera Bartolotta, and I started the first film industry caucus in the Senate several years ago. And with the help of all of these phenomenal people, Mr. David Haddad, Don Keyser, everyone involved in the film industry in Pennsylvania, we were able to raise the film tax credit from $70 million to $75 million, and then finally to $100 million. But I was running, sorry. I was introducing a dance team, third-time national champs, Peters Township. Woo, woo, woo. So I'm out of breath, sorry. I wasn't dancing, I was just running from the floor. But we were able to raise it to $100 million. But the film industry is much, much different today than it ever has been before. How many people through COVID binged watched a whole lot of live streaming stuff? Hello, everybody, yes. Amazon Prime, Apple TV, Hulu, Netflix, all of these entities that did not exist with the creation of the film tax credit. It was just movies, just movies. This industry has exploded into what could be and should be family-sustaining jobs, year-long family-sustaining jobs. We don't want to lose our hardworking folks to other states that surround us, and they gobble up all of this, all of the production. We absolutely need to step up to the plate. $300 million will barely get the job done today. And I know all of these people have done a wonderful job talking about the industry and what it does for jobs and workforce development and training. But what has gotten lost is how it works. I want people to get it right. This is a rebate program. This is not a handout of $300 million to some Hollywood studio across the country. This is a rebate program, probably the most audited program in Pennsylvania. You have to prove that you have already spent, let me say that again, that you have already spent the money here in Pennsylvania. 60% of what you spend, and these are hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars in one movie, hundreds of millions, each and every one of them. 60% of it has to be spent here, hiring our workers, hiring talent and crew and drivers and costume designers and everyone involved. And there are tens of thousands of people who are affected. Now that's just the little microcosm of the actual production. You heard from other people. This industry has brought millions to the economy of Pennsylvania with food trucks, dry cleaning, supermarkets, movies, taxi cabs, Ubers, you name it, every single day. The cast, the crew, the town, everyone is spending money where? In Pennsylvania. The return on this investment is enormous. I grew up in Southern California. I worked in the film and television industry out there 100 years ago. But I know what the industry provides. Little known fact, back in the day in California, they would give you a little envelope, a per diem. If you were an actor or an extra or something, they would give you a little envelope, and in the envelope were just maybe, I don't know, $60 or so, $2 bills. $2 bills. They did that because people who got their little per diem of $2 bills would spend it in the local economy. That was a little sign. Every restaurant, every movie theater, everywhere you could possibly go, the symbol of $2 bills was going just scattered throughout the entire area. And people would say, oh, the film industry is in town and we're making money. That's what it does. We don't have a symbol like that. Our symbols are families who get to stay here in Pennsylvania. Our symbol is someone who gets to buy a house or buy a car or put their kids through school or send their kids to college here. That's our symbol. And we need to expand it, and we need to be the catcher's mitt for this burgeoning industry that should be centered here in Pennsylvania. They want to film here. Pittsburgh area is one of the top 10 places in the country where they want to film. Philadelphia has rocky steps. People still run up them. This is an industry that needs just a little bit of a window. We just need to offer more of a rebate for them to spend their money today, get a rebate to spend tomorrow. That's what this is all about. It's about jobs of tomorrow. And I thank every last person who is up here. Thank you for sticking through this. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for being not just entertainment, but jobs, workforce development, training, careers for young people desperate to stay in Pennsylvania. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for letting me chatter on. Appreciate you so much. Thank you.
And I'm really thrilled to be able to introduce to you Representative Joe Cerisi, co-chair of the Film Caucus from Philadelphia. And go ahead, David. What you need?
David, take what you got there. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. All right. All these people behind us, this is all about jobs. Let's think about this for a minute. We hear what other states are doing. So what did New York do? They raised their film tax credit to $900 million. What did that mean? The jobs are going up to New York. What about New Jersey, just right over the river? They raised it to $500 million. What does that mean? Jobs are going to New Jersey. Georgia, it's uncapped in Georgia. Michigan, $500 million. And our neighbors to the north, Canada, uncapped. Isn't it time that Pennsylvania does the same thing? Isn't it time that Pennsylvania takes the lead? $300 million will bring industry here. Not only will we bring industry, we'll bring tourism. People want to come and sit in the areas where the movie was filmed. I mean, we all know there's famous steps in Philadelphia. Well, they belong to the Art Museum. But when you speak to the Art Museum, 12 million people visit to run up and down those steps for a movie that was filmed 45 years ago, Rocky. And they're still coming to Philadelphia to run the Rocky Trail. What does that tell you? Tourism, money, jobs. Former Governor Wolf said this. He said his children left the state of Pennsylvania because there weren't jobs here for them, and he wanted to keep them here in Pennsylvania. Well, now is our moment. Our people behind us have to leave our state to find work in other states. They have to leave their families, leave their homes, and look for other things. But we can keep them here in Pennsylvania. All we have to do is raise it to $300 million. So let's talk about missed opportunity. We all know that we have a famous groundhog in Pennsylvania, don't we? We all know the groundhog. It's not Phil either. He's the second most famous groundhog. But, or whatever it is, a commercial. Gus is the second. Phil is the first. I lost it. But Groundhog Day, was it filmed in Pennsylvania? Yes. Partially in Pennsylvania, but mostly in Wisconsin. Wisconsin, we filmed Groundhog Day in. And look, I wore appropriate socks today for a reason. Captain America. We could have filmed the Captain America movie right here in Pennsylvania. But because we ran out of the film tax credits, where did it go? Up the river to New York. Isn't it time that they all come to Pennsylvania? There isn't another state that has what Pennsylvania has. We've got great mountains. We've got beautiful cities. We've got the suburban areas. We have the rural towns. And really, we have an ocean in Lake Erie. You film at the foot of Lake Erie and you don't know if you're on the ocean or in a lake. Pennsylvania has it all. But what we don't have is the tax credits to be able to have film industry here all along. So what do we want? 300 million to be able to bring the film industry here. I stand here with my colleagues from the House, and I want to thank them, bipartisan, all of you who are here. Keep pushing for 300 million. Pennsylvania needs to be the home where movies are filmed on the East Coast. It needs to be in this great state that we bring industry, that we bring tourism. And with all of your help, we can do it. Thank you very much. David, are you back? Fix your hair.
This was my amazing closing speech that we're just going to tear up now, because I don't ever want to go after him again. What's the number we're looking for? 300 million. Thank you. Thank you. So I want to thank Senator Badalata and Representative Joe Cerisi, our Film Caucus chairs that are here today, all of the speakers that contributed. For those of you who drove from the east and the west and spent time to come here today, a sincere thank you. We have work to do. We have 7 weeks. You'll watch. We're going to be in the media. We're going to make noise. We want to raise the profile so that everybody thinks, I'm sorry, what was the number again? 300 million. Thank you all for coming. There'll be some of us available if you have questions to the left or the right. One more time. We're going to get in trouble, but louder. 300 million. Again. Final count. 300 million. There we go. Well done, everybody. Thank you. Well done. Photo op. Stand by.